I think all of us as business executives, owners, CEOs, VPs, we make the mistake too often, frankly, to be too conservative, to bite, to eat the elephant one bite at a time, which, yes, absolutely is important in execution. But when it comes to strategizing, do think big, please. Imagine yourself climbing Mount Everest and imagine yourself, what will it look like? What will the world look like when I'm on top of that mountain looking at the world, right? As opposed to having climbed a little, molehill. And I've always wanted in my business to be very meaningful to a few important clients. To me, that's much more interesting than being sort of a bit player for hundreds of different companies. But we need to think bigger. The payback on that is humongous. So I'll give you one example of one of my first clients, actually. I was in a conference room with the owner and a handful of his number 2 and 3 guys and gals and managers. So it was a fairly small group of 5 or 6 people of us, and it was a $6 million company at the time. They had 3 or 4 whale customers, what they called whale customers. Oh, we're doing 600,000, 800,000, with this customer, and but yeah, they're not going to grow any more than that. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Let's go through the SWOT exercise. What are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats? What are you guys really good at? And I learned that they're really good at spoiling those big whales, those top customers. They're spoiling them for the competition. They're never going to go to the competition. I said, why can't we find 10 of those instead of 3? And why can't we have, instead of them doing 600, why can't we do 2 million or 5 million with each of them? And they were sort of like, well, no, that's not, no, but this, that, and the other thing, and excuses is what I called it. And I said, let's make a key initiative to land 3 more big whales. And I even sort of defined big whales as $300,000 customers, which was sort of half the size of their big whales. Well, that together with that sort of determination to build it, call it a key initiative. We're going to land 3 or 5 more big whales, and then building an execution system around that, and hiring a sales manager for that, and doing forecasting in the right way, and doing reporting and visibility in the right way. I sort of nailed myself to the railroad tracks over this goal of getting them from 6 million to certainly 7 million and 10 million down the road. Well, that determination of, first of all, describing what their life would be like if they were a $20 million company instead of a $6 million company, and what their profitability would be at that. That was eye-opening for the team. And then building this sort of execution system around accomplishing that goal made all the difference. And in the second year of working together, they were 7.4 million, I think, which they were, we haven't grown like this. This is great. And then in the second year, they were like 8.6 million, and years 4 and 5, they got to the 12 million, $15 million range. And after 7 years of working together, we reached $32 million with, again, 10 or 15 whale customers, but that were now $1 million and $5 million and $8 million whale customers. So I think the combination of building a summit vision and then an execution system, what I call a base camp execution system, and just going after it, and that's where do go after it one bite at a time. You're not going to go from 6 million to $32 million overnight. Is really, really powerful. So I would encourage you to think bigger, think of your summit vision, and think of the execution around realizing that summit vision, while also, of course, going, keeping your core business going. I mean, that's a balancing act, and that's where we come in as Sherpas. We help build that new, adjacent category, expanded channels, going after, 10 whales instead of that are much bigger. So think through the execution around that. If you want to talk through that, I'd be happy to, jump on a call, DM me, comment down below. Okay, let's do it.